Welcome to another marvelous episode of College Football Showdown. I am the governor of college football, and with me, as always, is my co-pilot, Jalen Wilson. What we've learned so far this season, Jalen, is that to expect the unexpected. So let's get into some box score reactions. I'm going to be eating a little bit of crow on this show. I don't know if you've seen the tweet I had a couple of days ago. I'm going to eat some crow on overreaction tonight as well. And the Dylan Gabriel hate is out of this world. I was watching Welcome to the O yesterday, and they talk.
Stat pad, I'm telling you. It looks like he's stat padding.
That's all everybody is saying. Like he's stat padding. Like to me, it's just like, oh, Jay Herbo's this great quarterback, and Josh Allen's the most overrated quarterback in the NFL. I hope you saw the
games though. Have you watched the games? Have you watched the games? The difference between him and Bo Nix is incredible. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't think it was that big of a difference. Oh, it's 9 day. At least for the first 2 weeks, it's 9 day.
Wow. I just don't get it. But yeah, I'm hearing people want Dante Moore to be starting now, and
I forgot he was on the team.
You think it's bad? You think it's bad with Dylan Gabriel? Is Dante Moore gonna make tackles? That's all I want to know. But I mean, because Ashton Jeanty went for 70 yards and wasn't touched. Not touched.
Yeah.
Oh, nobody talking about that though, huh? We all want to blame my guy Dylan Gabriel.
Me and Steve talked about that night. Actually, we talked about how bad they run defense was and how bad the offensive line is.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Everything else bad about that team.
Yeah.
Everybody else don't know.
Yeah. So Tennessee demolishes NC State, and I thought NC State would give them a dogfight. 51-10. Give me your reaction.
I'm mad I wasted my time on that stupid graphic for my video.
Wow. Yes. Great job on that video, by the
way. What else? I wasn't really expecting that much of a blowout, but dang, it was crazy. I forget. I think it was like 17-3. I'm like, I might just be able to turn this off now, and I did. I'm like, yeah, I'm not having this in my ear while I'm recording. Like this is not a game that I want to listen to be a blowout. And then I even know the final score until I checked it later that night. I was like, dang, 51-10. I was like, sheesh.
Yeah.
NC State got problems. NC State definitely got some problems.
For sure. Oklahoma barely hangs on to defeat Houston 16-14. I'm sorry, 16-12.
Yeah, 16-12. After the game, Brent Venables said we should have lost or we deserve to lose. Mm-hmm. I don't blame him, because watching that game, I had to agree. They're lucky Houston just wasn't that good either. Because man, that offense scares me. And the offense under Brent Venables hasn't been my favorite in his 3 seasons there. Yeah, Oklahoma is on that tiering of a team that you're kind of waiting to get exposed.
Mm-hmm. That is interesting. Clemson defeats App State 66-20. I did not see that coming.
Brian Wesco went crazy. I think he had I don't know how many catches. I think he had 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. Oh my gosh, Clemson's good. Wait, just wait until they play a competent team. Good bounce back game though. I wasn't expecting the score of that. I checked that score. I was like, gosh, dang, 66-22. I was like, man, I don't know what happened, but I guess it makes things interesting for Clemson going in the future with their offense. But I think their offense is still going to be the same when they go up against good teams. So, Clemson, y'all got a fake win.
Wow, Iowa State defeats Iowa 20-19.
This was like watching an NFL game. Like when I said, NFL games, it's like a high scoring game to me in the NFL can be like 27-24.
For sure.
24-17. I was just like, dang, this was like, average tier quarterback play, some good defense. And I was like, this isn't college football. College football is more faster paced. You get a good amount of high scoring games. And I'm just like, dang, this is like watching an NFL game. But I actually enjoyed it. I kind of expected Iowa to pull away and win. They didn't, and I am not shocked. They had that fake second half against Illinois State. Oh man, their offense looked better for one half. Then check out that first half when they had 6 points. Like it looked terrible that half. But Iowa, you're not fooling me. I know who you are, and I know your offense.
Wow.
It might be just a little tad bit better this season, but still sucks.
Wow, that's bad. Alabama defeats USF 42-16, but that score was deceiving.
Yeah, Alabama better not schedule USF ever again. For some reason, they just played them the hardest.
Did you see the disrespect before the game?
No.
The USF did. Yeah, they were kind of like while they were warming up, they walked around. You know what I'm saying? Like just staring at them while they were, you know what I'm saying? Just getting tapped into the game. It was nothing, crazy disrespectful, like stepping on a midfield logo or nothing like that. But yeah.
Proctor needs to come back. Fromby is not a good right tackle. They pulled him like in the fourth quarter, and automatically their offense looked better. Milroe still showed flashes of early last season of like, bad Jalen Milroe. Defense looked good. Ron Williams in the second half looked like the 17-year-olds look like their best receiver. That's crazy. That's really about it. But yeah, the score is definitely deceiving. The score was, I think, I want to say like 21-13 or something like that going into the fourth quarter, or in the fourth quarter at one point. It was like 26-14 or something like that at some point. Like that score didn't tell the full story.
Nah, it definitely didn't tell the full story. Oregon escapes Boise State 37-34.
Oh man, I wish they lost. I wish they lost. Oh man, because me and Steve was kind of messaging a little bit before the game. We kind of like wasn't talking about nothing, but I'm just like, he's gonna ask me to hop on the game after the game for sure. I was like, definitely after a win, maybe after a loss. So I was like, I need them to lose because if he don't ask me, I'm asking him.
Utah defeats Baylor 23-12.
That's a weird game for Utah. They had a good first half, and then the second half they kind of just stunk it up. I think they went up like 17-0 at one point. I kind of turned the game off. I kind of didn't pay attention to that. I checked final score. I'm like, dang, it was like 23-17 final score. It's like, what happened in that second half? Like,
right.
I mean, the good thing is, Utah defense looked good, so as it usually is. But yeah, that was a weird game for Utah.
For sure. I'm going to add one. Colorado dominated in Lincoln. How do you feel about that? I got a couple things I want to say about that game, actually.
Honestly, I don't think Coach Prime should be a head coach. I'm like literally at this point, he's never gonna get the trenches right. I'm gonna be honest. The way he goes about building his team, he's never gonna get it right. He might make a bowl game in the future, but the way he goes about his team, if I'm an AD, I don't think it's a successful way.
And to be honest, and for those who know, we've been on this for a while now. Like we've stated our case. We're rooting for Colorado. We have a bunch of rooting interest in Colorado.
Honestly, I can't root for them no more because it's so much. It's like
it's bad, bro. It's beyond bad. Like some of the stories that we heard coming out of Colorado. Think about it like this. You got three types of people in this world. And if you're none of these, you're amazing. You got people who either blame others, people who wait and hope, or people who make excuses. Did you see the post-game presser?
You talking about Shador?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I was like,
you don't do that. That's rule number one in being a quarterback and being a leader. You deflect the attention off of what everybody else is going to say. You
That's the
accept
first time that's happened
responsibility.
either.
You
Remember they was on
are the fall
stream?
guy. Yeah,
KT, remember they were
yeah.
on stream, and then Travis Hunter was like, "The offensive line really that bad?"
Yeah,
Or Shador said that
yeah,
somebody like said, "Yeah,
yeah.
like,
It's IRL.
like,
Like
oh my
all that
goodness."
celebrating the crap they was doing before the game, like they are the biggest indicator of their coach. If you look at Brett Bielema's team, if you look at Brent Key team, I know they lost this week. Some of the things you see with Colorado wouldn't happen on these teams with very strong coaches.
Lance Leopold.
Like some of these things that just happen with Colorado, like how Shador just sat there and deflect and deflect and deflect, except he has to accept fault. He has to accept the blame. Hey, I will have my guys ready for the next game. It's all on me. I didn't get the ball out of my hands quickly enough. It's so many things he could do. And Dion
He
did the
didn't throw the
same
ball
damn
away
thing.
enough. He
Right.
didn't throw the ball away enough. He holds
It's
up to the ball and try to look for a play. And that's
it was
cool, but sometimes you gotta live to fight
it was opportunity for him to be a leader, and he wasn't, bro. And I hated it. And it was cringeworthy watching him in this presser. And it's just like, and Dion's doing the same thing, and then he also called out the offense coordinator.
Which is crazy because you hired him.
Right,
But you talking about
right.
Shador or Dion?
Both.
Yeah,
Both.
and Dion doing that's crazy because he hired him.
Like, where is blame? It's like this. It's like the standards. Oregon should not be ranked above Miami. Wow.
Oregon should be ranked above Illinois. Let's start there.
Wow. No, I don't agree with that take at all. We gotta wait and see in Miami, and like I have rooting interest, I have betting interest in Miami, but the Oregon slander, man. And I know you're an Oregon fan, but like I don't know, dog. Like that's wild to me. Like and Cristobal, like you know what I'm saying. But let's talk about. You had a point to add, and after you add your point, we're gonna move on to two teams who lost this past weekend. One, they got a lot of attention. I think it took some attention away from the other one who should have got as much attention as well. So go ahead and add to that point.
Oh, I mean, I'm just gonna add to like the little book Coach Prime stuff. Yeah, it's just it gets ridiculous. It was okay the first year. I didn't agree with Holt the not giving the players the tape stuff, and I didn't agree with him just kind of doing a whole like thing. Like he basically said, forget the last year's roster. We're not bringing no one back, basically. Right. Bringing in transfers, and then him not recruiting high school recruits. Shador saying what he's saying, and them going to the thing, everybody Super Bowl, blah blah blah, and it just gets tiring. And I honestly don't see any success. I'm honestly off the Dion train. If he does good. Yeah, but I honestly don't see this going in a good direction for the future.
So you're at the point where you're washing your hands, and we care so much about college football. We will not put one team, one coach, one player over the sport. We care a lot about the sport, and it's just frustrating seeing what's been going on in Colorado, because some of the things that are going on there is self-inflicted.
Yeah, I'm like what would happen if you hired a different coach? I just wonder what it looks like. I want to take a look at the hires during that offseason. Like Texas State head coach, forget his name. When he hired that offseason?
JG Kinney or Kine, however you say his name.
Yeah. Like I wonder what Colorado looks like with JG Kine.
Yeah, that's a great point, SC. He said Prime was great for Colorado University. Publicity, great point. Nobody talked about Colorado before Prime. I think that's a phenomenal take. And I
talk about you if you make the right hire and start winning.
Right. And a lot of this is just putting the work in. And some coaches put the work in, some coaches don't. But let's talk about a little bit Notre Dame losing to Northern Illinois. And this is a point that I made on both of our shows that were, the show that I do at this time slot and then the show that I do at the 8:15 time slot, Eastern Standard Time. And I talked about how I feel like some of these like smaller schools are bridging the gap, because a lot of times what some of the smaller schools are doing, they're even doing it at the FCS level. They're going and getting these, P4 guys that are disgruntled, coming and bring them to their team. So the gap is bridged. Hey, if money is green, as long as the money is green, everybody's happy, right? I don't care who I'm playing for. I may have signed with this school for clout, and it's something that you always say, and I love that you said this, and I always like to give you the glory when this does happen. You was like, why do some of these players go to these schools knowing damn well they're gonna be the 10th player on the depth chart? You know what I'm saying? When they could go to Circuit City University and they could be number one on the depth chart. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my guy Nino. He came up with Circuit City University. I told him I'm using it here on out. But so Northern Illinois was able to beat Notre Dame. And after Notre Dame's win last week, right? You look at the rest of their schedule. Man, you both talk with Mr. Richard Clint, Mr. Richard Clark, the executive director of the College Football Playoff Committee. And, you know, he told us that, hey, the only way Notre Dame can get in is at large bid, not an automatic bid. And you're looking, okay, they were able to go in the College Station, beat Texas A&M, and you figured, okay, all of our ducks are in a row. All we got to do is handle business, and we should be in the playoff.
With the I knew they were going to drop one game, KT. I knew they were going to drop one game. I didn't know it was going to be this game, but I knew
it was going to be that one.
It was going to be a game. Like, when it was 7-7, like, I watched the beginning of the game.
I like that, SE.
What SE say?
He was saying D1 is changing the way they give scholarships in 2025, potentially allowing more roster spots per team. Because I think, what is it? How many roster spots is it?
Like 85, something like that.
Yeah, it's around that number. Say that because that goes with you on bridging the gap between the power programs and the others. Yes, great take.
Or maybe it's like 85 scholarship spots. I'm not too sure.
I think that's accurate.
But I'm like, man, like it was 7-0. I'm like, okay, like I turned to the game a little late, 7-0. Boom, NIU score, dude make a perfect pass and get the running back's name, but he takes it to the house. I'm like, I'm like, okay. Notre Dame continue to struggle. I'm like, oh, okay. I kind of know what this game gonna be.
That's hilarious, bro.
Yeah, it's funny because it was said the same. My dad was like, "Oh, here we go with this stuff again."
Is your dad a Notre Dame fan?
Yeah,
I forgot that. You know, my dad's a Notre Dame fan as well.
Yeah. And after the loss, my dad was like, "I'm done. Like, I'm sick of this quarterback.
We hung it up with Colorado."
No, my dad kind of still believe in Coach Prime, but I think he know, like, oh my goodness, this team's
right.
Like my dad was like one of the people last year was like, "Oh, Travis Hunter would have played. They would have beat Oregon." Nah, I acted like, nah, bro. They would have ran the ball all down. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. But this year he was like, I'm still rolling Coach Prom, but I gotta see how their defense look. He watched that North Dakota State game. He's like, man, their defense still suck. He was like, man, like Notre Dame need an actual quarterback. They past two transfers ain't really been
I like Riley Leonard, and this was something I remember. D Now and Nino was having a heated debate in one of our chats. Nino's like, I like Riley Leonard, but who's gonna catch the passes? Like, and that's the question that he continued to present. And we're kind of seeing that now. I
like Greyhouse. Bo Collins is solid. I thought he's gonna be better after his second season at Clemson, but I looked at Ross. I'm like, they ain't really got no receivers, which is weird because usually even during the late 2000s, during 2010s, they always had like the one receiver where it's like, okay, he's like really good. The Golden Tates, the Michael Floyds, the Equinemius rounds. It's definitely somebody else in there in that rotation as well, but they just haven't had that for like the past 3 seasons.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you, honestly, man. Also, shout out to CFB Moon. He's producing this show right now. He's doing this thing, doing all of the overlays and the lower thirds and all of that. Shout out to him. Check out his show. He'll be going live tomorrow for World of College Football. Can't wait to see that. Also, shout out to the work he's doing on the website. He's in sicko mode right now. And check out dcfbnation.com. And I'm sure we probably have an article on your favorite team out this past weekend. So we're gonna talk Chase Claypool. That was the other one. So it seems like, as of recent, they've been struggling to find that guy. So we talked about Notre Dame and how they took a lot of the buzz. And I'm in a couple college football chats, and I just kept seeing the word fraud when it came to Notre Dame. And I feel like the Auburn thing was kind of swept under the rug that they lost in Jordan Air Stadium to Cal. How you feeling about that? Because this is a team that a lot of people felt like could be a tier 2 team in the SEC this year, or on the cusp of a tier 2. You think it's too soon? I would imagine.
I didn't think they were going to be a tier 2 team.
Because of Peyton Thorne?
Not because of Peyton Thorne, just because the overall team. Like, that was, I think it's okay, but I'm like, the SEC is too good.
Yeah.
Like, the SEC is too loaded for y'all to be a tier 2 team. Like, if it's tier 2 team, like, y'all going to have to get some upsets for real. But I'm just like, yeah, I don't see it. I'm like 6-6, 5-7, maybe 7-5. But I'm like,
and that is what to your credit. That's what you said when we went through each conferences, and then we were looking at the over unders.
Yeah,
and you predicted a middle of the road finish for Auburn this year, and they got a lot of hype. And I forgot to watch Crane and Company this week because Jake Crane is a diehard Auburn fan, and I would love to hear his take on how he felt about the game. But I've never been the biggest fan of Peyton Thorne.
I mean, the road to glory I got kind of changed me. All that meant through 16 interceptions, like 12 touchdowns. I was like, bro.
Yeah. Hey, my bad said he was finito. So let's go ahead and move on to the next segment. You can go ahead and add what you want to add, Jalen.
Do some coaches get wrongfully fired? I think Gus Malzahn's wrongfully fired. Like,
yeah, I think
two SEC championship appearances. Beat Auburn. Beat Alabama, I think twice or 3 times. National championship appearance. All within a 7-year span.
Yeah, I think sometimes
he never had a losing season, if I'm not mistaken, at Auburn. Some seasons were better than others because when they had like Sean White at quarterback, he was like 7-5. I remember I was like, oh man, I like this offense. Jeremy Johnson sucked. Sean White the quarterback now. Sean White was heck of mid, but like
you go to elementary or high school, huh, man?
Yeah, you got these good seasons. Nick Marshall, Trey Mason. He it wasn't like he produced crazy NFL talent, but he did good with the talent he did have, and he did produce some talent like Trey Mason, like Sammy Coates. Duke Johnson was supposed to be one of those talents that he got kicked off the team. Jarrett Stidham was solid when he was there. Kerryon Johnson, D Ford, like he was, and don't wrong, Hugh Freeze is getting talent. The problem is like I just don't know if he's getting the best out of it. And on top of that, like I look at it, I'm just like Gus Malzahn was, and I was surprised. I think that season that they fired him, they went bowl. Like they went bowling. They said they fired him.
Well, you got to think about that time period and think about what a national championship does to your program. And we've seen the same thing with Ed Orgeron.
He turned the program around actually because I think season before they sucked and they fired Gene Chizik.
Yeah, they did. But what winning does to programs, like think about what it did to Nebraska in the 90s, and they were still living off of that glory from the 90s. And Bo Pelini, Bo Pelini was let go early, or some of the coaches that Florida might have jumped the gun on a little too quickly.
Dan Mullen.
It's just like it's one of those things where when you win,
he had like 3 seasons. 3 seasons of like 10 straight wins, if I'm not mistaken. And they fired him. After he had like a 6-6 season, 7-5 season, something like that.
It's crazy how delusional you become as a program when you win. Think about it. Clemson fans is diabolical right now, dog. And they went 9-4 last year, bro. But it's diabolical down in Clemson because they want to relive those glory days. And they seem like they was just a day ago, but it was about 7 years ago.
It wasn't even 7 years ago. A decade ago, they started making national title. Going on to a decade.
Right. So when you think about it like that, like winning makes you delusional in a way. Like there's a fan base down in Missouri who's probably going to experience a lot of winning, and I will caution them. They got a team coming to town this weekend, and that team is red hot. I'm interested to see what happens. But let's go ahead and move on to the next segment. We'll get into our recap of some of these games. All righty. So I was at the Maryland and Michigan State game this past week, Jalen.
Can't copyright you for this.
Yeah, can't copyright me for this, goddamn it. I own this footage. I want somebody to claim this. But when I tell you my expectations of College Park fan base were low. Granted, I knew they had an excellent basketball fan base from back in the day. When they won their national championship, you know,
2002.
2002. Yeah, and I went there for I think a spring game in 2023, and there weren't a lot of people. There weren't many people there at all. Versus me going to a Clemson spring game in 2023. I'm from South Carolina. Clemson was hot garbage for years. Facts, but now the fan base is delusional. That's a great point, JB. So, but when I tell you, and you get to see some of it here, this fan base was incredible. But not only was Maryland's fan base incredible, Michigan State fan base travels well. You'll see a lot of green specks inside of there. They travel really well. The atmosphere was electric. Me and director Mike both agreed that was probably our favorite game we've been to. I didn't expect it. I was just thoroughly surprised with how great the atmosphere was. And we could talk a little bit about this game. Like I said, some of the best game overall that I've been to was the JMU and App State game that I went to in 2023, where App State gave JMU their first loss of the season. That atmosphere was electric. I think Bridgeforth Stadium has the best small game environment in all of college football. And if you're able to make it out to Harrisonburg, Virginia, go there. Their fan base is lovely. Their campus is beautiful. Their stadium is beautiful as well. And that atmosphere is electric. But this Maryland-Michigan State game was frustrating. Like I said, the atmosphere was electric. The weather ended up being good. I really like Aiden Childs. There's things you get to see from the field that you don't get to see on television a lot of times because of all the TV timeouts and the commercials. But there was a play early on in the game, and this is when I knew this kid was a leader. And he had threw a beautiful ball. Wide receiver dropped the pass. I told you what type of three people that you have. And instead of him going and getting upset at the receiver, he was bigging him up. Like, we're good. Next play. It's okay. And he made sure he did the same thing after the next play. Like, we good. We got this. We're going to win. And you just see the team believes in him, bro. And that was something that you seen early on. Maryland should have won this game, though. Maryland outplayed them.
Their secondary sucks. Or it was bad. It had a bad day. It had a bad day.
Bruh, that kid, Ty Felton, is the real deal.
Billy Edwards. Ty Felton, one of the best connections in college football so far.
Yeah. But there's a play that I have to go back to. And there was three pivotal plays that happened. Well, really two. One of them was Billy Edwards miss Prather was wide open. Caden Prather was wide open, bro. I'm talking like 3 to 5 yards of separation open. And he missed the throw. And then what was you going to think the other one was? And they end up losing.
I thought it was going to be a false start. It was like 3 minutes, 21 seconds left. And dude, fullback fell down.
Yeah. And there was right before the half, Maryland lined up off sides. Michigan State kicked the field goal, and they missed, but they were offsides, got to kick it again, and they was able to tie it up 17-17 at halftime. So, like I said, the atmosphere was electric. It truly took me by surprise, because you know how, like, when I go to Lane Stadium, my expectations are through the roof because I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be chasing that first high for being there. This is my second time at College Park. My first experience was, dang, ain't really nobody here for the spring game. What's wrong with that? But no, it was fans arguing, going at it, like talking. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this is Big Ten football, bro. Like it was amazing. I would rank this above my trip to Ann Arbor. Granted, I went to a Michigan game when they were playing ECU. They weren't playing another Big Ten opponent, but the stadium was amazing. I'm not sure where I'm going this week.
Penn State fans. I ain't gonna. You gotta go to.
I gotta go to a Penn State.
I ain't gonna lie. They be talking some ish.
They talking some ish. I gotta make it there. I gotta make it to Charlottesville, because I haven't been to Charlottesville yet. Maryland actually plays them this week, but I think I might want to go to Old Dominion this week because Virginia Tech is coming to town. Allie Jennings used to play at Old Dominion, so I know he's gonna put on a show. So I'm not sure. I gotta talk with our chief of communications, Moon, and figure out where I'm going this week. But what were your takeaways from this game?
Like I said earlier, like Maryland secondary wasn't good.
Hey, that's a fact. That's a fact. Sorry. No, it says Nick Marsh was a prospect we weren't talking about enough in the offseason. That's a fact.
Wait, you said Nick Marsh what?
Nick Marsh wasn't a prospect we were talking about enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then World of Moon has a question for you. He said, is Nick Marsh, the wide receiver for Michigan State. Now we're talking about Nick Marshall, just so we don't confuse the two. Top 15 Auburn player of all time, Jalen.
Top 2. No, top 3. Top 3. My fault. Better than Bo Jackson. He might be better than Cam Newton. It's up for debate for me. It's him, Trey Mason, and then it's Cam Newton.
Why Moon stirring the pot, bro? why Moon stirring the pot, bro? Like what, Moon? Why are you doing that, bro? That is crazy, Jalen. So give me your takeaways from this game. I said Aiden Childs threw 3 interceptions, and the fact that Michigan State was able to win, they showed guts. I thought Maryland was gonna beat them. I don't want to say comfortably, but like 9+ points is what I was thinking, especially after what I seen. But both teams were able to move the ball up and down the field.
Yeah, I mean, secondary was not that good. 363 yards for Aiden Childs, 3 touchdowns. KT, I watched 8 Mile. It's perfect for this matchup because self-inflicted wounds. Maryland calls. Lots of penalties. We've spoken to the penalties. I forget. I think they maybe had like 5 penalties this game. Yeah, they have some self-inflicted wounds. Billy Edwards and Ty Felton might be like, they might have like one of the better connections. They might have the best connection, like 1-2 connection in the Big Ten right now.
Yeah, hey dude, I love that take, and it was just like consistent. It was consistent, bro.
I don't think Will Howard really has a connection with anyone too much yet. I mean, Dylan Gabriel trying to connect with anybody on offense. Luke Altmaier, Zachary Franklin, they're doing a good job. Still needs to get better.
I'm happy for Zachary Franklin, by the way.
Luke Altmaier, Pat Bryant has been solid also. Like Aiden Childs and who?
I think it'll be Nick Marsh.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I was like Nick Marsh, but I was like,
when they got that, what was it, like a 76-yard bomb, bro?
Yeah,
at the pivotal time that they got it in, bro. Crazy.
Michigan quarterback is just trying to connect with anything. Yeah, Davis Warner is not.
It's bad. It's bad in Auburn right now.
Yeah,
it's a humbling experience too.
Yeah, I just think so far, at least through the first 2 weeks, they look like they got the best 1-2 connection in college football, best wide receiver quarterback connection in college football. At least in the Big Ten, not college football.
In the Big Ten. Yeah, no, I know what you meant by that. So, all righty, Jalen during the offseason has been talking Illinois up the entire offseason, and my thought process on Illinois was, okay, what will we get out of Altmaier this season? Because I just felt like there were games. And then Jalen confidently and boldly stated that Illinois was winning this game. I was like, what is he smoking, bro? Like, what is he talking about? So I'm going to eat some crow here. And I had a statement a long time ago. I wish I had it queued. I said, there will be no champagne.
I love that.
In Champaign tonight. And Jalen was fuming, bro. And they were playing Nebraska.
Week 0, by the way.
It was week 0.
It was the big game of the week.
Yeah, too. It was a big game of the week, and Illinois were indeed able to win. So I'm going to eat crow, and there was champagne sipping in Champaign on Saturday night. Jalen, this your moment, man. Talk your ish. I'm gonna be quiet while you talk about this.
Yeah, game. Man. I mean, first home rank. I mean, first ranked win at home since 2019. I think before that was 2011 against Arizona State. I remember watching the game with my grandpa. On that Saturday, it was the night game. Yep. I forget. Oh, there's that quarterback went to the NFL if I'm not mistaken. Maybe that's the next season quarterback. I forget. I think Vontae's Burfict might be on that Arizona State team too. But yeah, I mean, hey, Jalen Daniels. Hey, KT, you spoke about Ryan Leonard earlier. I'm sick of these quarterbacks getting hyped up because they're good at basketball schools. I'm sick of it because Ryan Leonard started getting hyped because he was at Duke basketball school. Jalen Daniels, Kansas basketball school. We got to speak about like Sam Howell basketball school. I promise you, KT, I promise you, let UConn be good, and it's gonna be all man, this, that, and the third. The quarterback, this, that, and the third, and then watch be mid somewhere else when you transfer because they're a basketball school and he looks good. Oh, same thing with Will Levis, Kentucky. Can't forget him. But he's actually better than anybody else I just named. So yeah, but Jalen Daniels, what, 3 interceptions, 4 interceptions? He looked terrible. Honestly, I thought at one point, hey, he was gonna start carving our defense up. I'm like, man, it's some opportunities here. Nah, he just never did. Yeah. Luke Ottmeyer looked solid. It was some moments where I'm just like, he holding on the ball too long. I thought he stared down one receiver a little bit too much. I think we're gonna smoke CMU. Hopefully. I'm gonna stay optimistic though, because totally get my hopes up and then we dropped the ball. Kansas, like, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of scared. Khalil Valentine came in, true freshman. He outperformed he ain't outperformed Devin Neal, but he outperformed Jalen Daniels. Yeah, we know we had that question all year, but Jalen Daniels could make it to the league at the XFL. UFFL, like not the NFL. Buddy's a wide receiver. Yeah, hey, I ain't gonna lie. Xavier Scott looking real nice. Miles Scott looking real nice.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
The dynamic duo Miles Scott came in as a walk-on. If I'm not mistaken, one of them came in as a walk-on. Might have been Xavier, might have been Miles. One was also recruited real late because I remember getting him in the recruiting during like National Signing Day, and he was like a little small-time recruit. Didn't really have too many offers. I think Tennessee might have been the only other team really after him. So it's like a diamond in the rough. I think it was Miles Scott though. I think Xavier was the walk-on. And Xavier's the one that had the pick six and the other interception to start the game. Yeah, offense looked solid. It was I think I might have on the ball too long. Yeah, when we go 3-0 and then we end up playing, I think Nebraska. I know that's going to be a game on here unless KT wants to like leave it off the run sheet.
No, I won't do that. Illinois beat Kansas. They have my respect. They will be on the docket. They'll actually be on the docket for this weekend as well.
Yeah,
CMU is a friend of the family. Yeah, Illinois. Hey, some of your sister schools are friends of the family. You guys need to become friends of the family. Reach out.
Why not?
Yeah. Reach out to my guy, Moon Vibes at the CFBNation.com. And yeah.
KT ain't gonna lie. I almost turned this game off though. I almost turned the game off.
Oh, what happened? You gotta tell me what happened.
It was 10-3. I'm like, right before halftime. Right before Xavier Scott to the pick six. I'm like, bro, they finna go down, they finna score. I hate this team.
And this is something like you know how I know heartbreak in the NFL being a Bills fan. You know heartbreak as an Illinois fan. So you're like, I done seen this before. I don't want to watch it. I tell you.
That's just happening about the Celtics sometimes. Luckily, we won a championship this year. Now I can shut
2K saved me yesterday, bro. Because the Bills game was pissing me the hell off, bro. I'm looking at this like that. I like college more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so mad, bro. Like, I'm like, man. But then Josh Allen, the most overrated player in the NFL, put his cape on, and he went and got that victory for us, man. Why is he hated so much, bro?
Yeah, shout out to Khalil Shakir, Keon Colbert. They played real good.
Oh yeah, it's Khalil Shakir season, man.
Yeah, I don't know why I watched the short that said Kirk Curtiston was y'all number one wide receiver. I was like, yeah, y'all smoking.
Nah.
I was like, man, I might turn this game off. And then Xavier Scott got that pick. I'm like, okay, yeah, we back in it.
Yeah, we good. Did your pops get the game?
My confidence was high because I'm like, we get ball at half, we got momentum now. When we went up, I think it was like 17-13 or something like that, or 17-10, something like that. I'm like, okay, we might have. No, we went up 20 to 17. I'm like, okay, we got it. Can't figure it in. I'm like, we might have like defense been playing good all game. Just need one more. And then after that, we got to stop. We riled off like what a 5-6 minute drive in the fourth quarter. It kicked the field goal. I'm like, okay, 23-17. They had no timeouts. I'm like, I didn't see crazy things happen in college football. 58 seconds up. I'm like, oh my goodness. I was like, no timeouts. I need one tackle in bounds. One tackle in bounds behind the sticks, please.
I've seen it done in 13 seconds. I got a question for you. So, as an Illinois fan, and you look at Brett Bielema and what he wanted to bring to the program, what win speaks louder in your heart? Was it the win against Penn State, or was it this one? I know this one is current. It's now. We're living in the present. We're in the now. But what win meant more to the way you guys beat Penn State was brutal. But I didn't expect this. I didn't expect this. And I kind of thought you guys would get Penn State last year. I actually went with you guys on the spread, if I'm not mistaken.
I want to see something. I want to see something because I feel like, hey, those 2 wins are good.
Mm-hmm. Is there another one?
Yes.
Which one am I missing?
Not a ranked win, I don't think.
Okay.
But it's a win there where I'm like, okay. I'm trying to look at the schedule this season. And it was okay. Now I gotta go to Wikipedia. Never mind, because Google not acting right with me. Schedule. It was the Wisconsin win, 2022.
Okay.
Beat them 34-10.
Okay. So that
and then we routed off. We beat Wisconsin, beat Iowa. I was at that game. Beat Minnesota.
Oh wow.
Beat Nebraska. That was like the first. That was like the first 4-game win streak in the Big Ten I've ever saw Illinois do. I promise you it was.
That's crazy. Hey Mo, I know you're producing it right now. Keep Minnesota in mind. There's a coach for their team that's actually in the league that you're in, and I know him pretty well. So I need to reach out to him. We need to go and go see some Golden Gopher football this season.
If I had to choose between 2 seasons, between those 2 games you said though, I'm choosing the Penn State game.
You choosing the Penn State game?
Because it was like this game is good, and it's coming on after a ant season, but that Penn State season was like, okay, we couldn't throw the ball, we out muscled Penn State.
Chase Brown, that's Chase Brown here, right?
Yeah. Chase Brown and Josh McCray both had like over 100 yards. I think Chase Brown might have had 200 yards that game.
Bully ball, bro.
Yeah. Couldn't throw the ball at all, and I'm just like, bro, our defense looks really good. It's locking up, and the rest of the season looked good, and of course the next season looked really good because we had arguably a top 5 defense in college football that season. It was that like a 4-game stretch between like Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, Nebraska. You got to think these are all teams we're not consistently beating.
Right.
We don't consistently beat Iowa and Wisconsin. We don't consistently beat Nebraska, really. Minnesota, not really, at least in recent years. And I'm like, okay, like right off them 4 wins. I was like, oh yeah, like we barely lost to Michigan. Oh my goodness, the rest cheated us sometimes. They called a PI against Devon Witherspoon. It shouldn't have been a PI. We won that game, and that's honestly the game that told me that Michigan defense was some frauds because our wide receivers won all that, but we was able to get behind their DBs like easy. And Tommy DeVito just missed a couple throws. If he makes a couple throws, we win that game by like 10 points.
I forgot Tommy Cutlets played with you all. So let's move on to the next segment, and I'm gonna eat some more crow. All I've eaten today is crow. Last Thursday, I made a statement on this very show that Michigan would find a way to win in a game against Texas. And before we get into this segment, Texas, my apologies. I was not familiar with your game. You guys not only marched into Tuscaloosa and got a win against Alabama last season, you guys marched into Ann Arbor and destroyed them this season. I can officially say I'm taking my Texas hate, and I'm putting it away, and I respect you guys as a perennial contender. That's my apology to the Longhorn faithful. Jalen, you were on the right side of the things. Why did you feel like Texas would win this game?
I mean, I just did trust the quarterback situation. Like they didn't know the quarterback going into the Fresno State game. Okay, we think we figured it out. But even when I watched the Fresno State game, I wasn't really impressed with Warren. I'm like,
Right.
okay. Then I was like, they losing everybody. Now they're going up against this Texas team that's bringing back a lot of people, including their best player. It's like, okay, like the wide receiver room is there. DBs from Michigan ain't really all that. Besides Will Johnson, Jair Hill was good, but he was kind of getting picked on. I was just like, okay, like I'm choosing Texas, and I think I said by 10 plus.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Like, yeah, it was just. And I didn't think it was gonna be this bad.
Yo.
Okay, so you lucky. You lucky you ain't me, because I would have been like, I'm taking the hate off kind of, but maybe Michigan just kind of suck. Maybe they're a little bit overrated.
Nah, because I've been doing it for 2 seasons with Texas now. And Steve Sarkisian and company just continue to prove me wrong. But like, so one of the things when you're at these games is a lot of times you're box score watching. You're trying to, figure out what's going on because you're not in the comfort of your home.
Michigan couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop the pass. They couldn't get a third down. They couldn't stop them on third down. It was bad. It was bad. The turn the ball over 3 times. It was bad. Like I'm like, yeah. Like I was telling my dad the night before he was at a high school football game. I was like, yeah, I can't wait to tomorrow morning. Like Texas Michigan. Like it should be a good game. I was like, hopefully, I think Texas is gonna win, but I don't know how what score gonna be. Yeah, that man left in like the second quarter or halftime or something like that. He ended up falling asleep at one point.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, it was really bad. It was like, hey, everything went bad for Michigan. Let's go with Donovan Edwards. Let's go with Donovan Edwards,
man. I'm not sure.
8 carries against Texas. The backup Mullins, he had 6 carries, but I feel like he had more touches than Edwards at one point.
Right.
Like they like and they were like, oh yeah, because Mullins is like the power back. I'm like, you're down touchdowns. Usually the power back isn't in this situation, but okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so I see asked a good question. He said it's Quinn Ewers is a legit Heisman contender through 2 weeks. Of course.
Who is?
Quinn Ewers.
Yeah,
for sure. I think he's with a big brand. He's playing phenomenally. Yes, of course. There's a guy that I like that I've been right on this year. It's Kyle McCord, but it's too soon. It's too soon for that type of.
You could have dunked on me with Kyle McCord. He dunked on me with Kyle McCord. Hey, I mean he's played really good.
Yeah, he has. So anything else you got to say about this game? Like I said, I just can't believe how good Texas was. And I remember you had messaged us, and I think this was right before kickoff at Merlin's game, and you was just saying like, "Yo, this game's bad, bro."
Yeah, bro, it looked like. Remember when Jim Harbaugh got hired first year, second year maybe it was, but like that. Don't like the last couple of years of before Michigan start dominating Ohio State. It was like, okay, yeah, with Dwayne Haskins and Justin Fields' first year was like, oh, like this game is getting out of hand. That's how we looked against them. It was like Texas had the better athletes, they had the better play calling.
Wow.
And Michigan just didn't. It was like Ohio State had all these great athletes, and Michigan just didn't know what to do with them. That's how Texas looked. It looked like one of those Michigan games where it's like, hey, Michigan, when Harbaugh was trying to get to that mountain and he just couldn't because he couldn't get over that hump. Maybe it went Ohio State, maybe it's another game, and it was like, dang, if only he's able to have him, and him. But instead, he run this bogus old offense, and the athletes on the outside aren't that great, and the quarterback, hey, maybe the athletes on the outside are good, but the quarterback sucks because you got John O'Corn and Shea Patterson and all these other the bum quarterbacks out there. And you got to go up against Ohio State. Got Dwayne Haskins, but then they have like Paris Campbell, and then they have freaking Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson on one side, and all this, and it looked like that. Like,
wow. So based on what you're saying from that game, is there any way Michigan can get to the playoff, and they just don't have enough?
Oh heck no.
He said, "Heck no."
I think Illinois might beat them actually.
Hey, that's hilarious. Let's get to our last game that we're going to talk about today, and then of course, make sure you guys are with us. We're live 6:15 Eastern Standard Time, Mondays and Thursdays. On Mondays we recap, on Thursdays we preview. That's the way we do it. This last game, I want to say something before we get into this last game, Jalen. A lot of people wanted Sam Pittman fired last year. I was on the fence. I don't think he deserved to be fired. I didn't. Now, hiring a former head coach of the program to make him your offensive coordinator was a little questionable. But so far this season, I like what I've seen from Arkansas. I like what I've seen from them offensively. I think this team can make a bowl game. That's not how I felt before the season started. How do you feel about that?
I like that actually. Like, especially after this showing.
Yeah, yo, I was worried for your boys because I know this is your pick in the Big 12.
Yeah, I was worried too. I was like, "Gosh, dang it!" I watched the game. KT, but that's how I was hate watching Arkansas. I was like, "Man, I hope they lose. I hope
you start praying on their downfall."
It's just shoot every Taylor Green in completion. Yes, like, yes.
Hey, that's funny, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like Arkansas looked. I like the way Oklahoma State showed resiliency and able to bounce back.
For sure.
I leave Gordon 17 carries. Like, didn't he had like 17 carries, like 49 yards, something like that. 2.7 yards per carry, 2.9 yards per carry, something like that. No touchdowns. That's a little concerning, but okay. Yeah. I'm a little concerned about Taylor Green's throwing. He didn't look the best at times, but at times it looked good. I was like, if he could be a little more consistent, I ain't gonna lie, they would have won that game.
If they'd have just continued to score points, but I've liked what I've seen out of Petrino this year, because a lot of times you get with this gonna sound bad. With like old school coaches, you get antiquated offenses as offensive coordinator. But like I said, I saw against, of course it was against Arkansas Pine Bluff, but I did see midline read options. I saw some fun stuff, and from the highlights of this game, I saw more fun stuff. So I think they're on the right track, and it would not surprise me, even with their schedule, if they were bowl eligible at the end of the season. It's got to tidy up a little bit. But what were your takeaways from this game?
Some of my takeaways, I mean, I already hit the resilience part, the Ollie Gordon part. Oklahoma State's defense was bad then good. I feel like for the most part they were on the good side more than the bad side. It was like a tale of two halves, and I said this in my videos. Like, Arkansas won the first half.
Great job on that video. I don't know.
Then it was a reverse in the second half. I appreciate that. It was a reverse in the second half. It was like the flip script. Now Arkansas can score. Oklahoma State can score. Oklahoma State scored what, 21 in answer? 20. Yes, 21, because it was like 28 to 20. 28-21. It was, I think it was like 21-7 at halftime. It was like, gosh, dang, like, okay, like it was. I like the way the offense looked. For Arkansas, some of my takeaway is that you might have something here this season. You might pull off an upset or two. Just the way they played. So
yeah. I like the pieces that they have, and I know a lot of people were calling for Sam Pittman's job last year. Newsflash, he ain't getting fired this year either. So you guys will have to wait another year on that. Before we close out, Jalen, have you seen the AP poll?
I haven't actually seen the AP poll. Like I
You
haven't like
haven't?
looked at it.
Hey, Moon, is this correct? Georgia 1, Texas 2, Ohio State 3, Alabama 4, Ole Miss is 5. Shout out to Ole Miss. 6, Missouri. 7, Tennessee. 8, Penn State. 9, Oregon. They about to move Oregon out the top 10. That's diabolical. 10, Miami. 11, USC. Shout out to USC. 12, Utah. 13, Oklahoma State. 14, Kansas State. I haven't been overly impressed with Kansas State this year. 15, Oklahoma, mid. 16, LSU. 17, Michigan. 18, Notre Dame. Whoa. 19, Louisville. Louisville's looking really good this year. A lot of people aren't talking about that. Arizona 20. 21 is Iowa State. 22 is Clemson. 23 is Nebraska. Welcome back. 24 is Boston College. They're heading into Missouri this week, and they're going to give Missouri all they can handle. Number 25, Northern Illinois is in the top 25.
What the hell?
Or is that Illinois? Hold on, yo. I gotta look that up. Is that really Northern Illinois?
I didn't see Illinois ranked in the top 25 on my phone. Like I thought I would have got a notification or something in my group
it's
chat.
really Northern Illinois.
That's some bull.
That's diabolical. Did I not see Syracuse in the top 25?
That's a bull. I didn't see Illinois in the top 25.
I know. Hey, Director Mo, we need to get you in here right now.
I'm probably Illinois down.
With the voice changer. Like Illinois or Syracuse not in the top 25. But y'all put Northern Illinois in the top 25. Oh,
they beat Notre Dame.
That's diabolical, bro. Hey, Director Mo, producer Mo, CFB Mo, come on, y'all. Give us the voice changer one time for the one time. Just say what the hell, bro. That's all we need.
What the hell, bro?
KT, who did Nebraska beat week 1? I gotta see this. Hold on.
I don't know, bro. But Syracuse is not in the top 25.
They beat UTEP. Why is Nebraska ranked in the top 25? They beat Colorado sucks. They suck.
Yeah,
they're Nebraska. Wow. KT, they get a big brand love.
Northern Illinois is in the top 25.
Oh man, who Northern Illinois play next week? I'm praying.
Yeah. It's a big team. Jalen praying on people downfall. But Miami's at 10. Oregon is falling to 9.
Buffalo. Gosh, dang it.
Yo.
NC State, y'all gotta do something.
Hey, you said Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois play who next week?
Buffalo.
I guarantee they lose to Buffalo.
If they lose, bro, I'm gonna laugh.
This is a classic AP poll moment, bro. The AP poll is going to get an entire Governor of College Football show. I didn't even plan on doing one this week. They're getting an entire Governor of College Football show tomorrow, bro. They got me messed up, bro. Hey, Jalen, man, take us home, and then I'll do the outro. That's crazy.
AP poll gonna do some crazy stuff every year, I guess.
Diabolical. That's crazy.
Yeah. I've probably seen Nebraska ranked that high. I think it was like a team at number 20, you said, or somewhere around there.
I was like,
this. And you say Nebraska. I was like,
but weren't we saying all off season, highest return in production, all the college football? That if not now, then when for Matt Campbell. We've been saying that all off.
Illinois really gotta be 4-0 to get a top 25.
Bro, they not giving y'all no top 25 love. They took Georgia Tech out so quickly, right? They put Georgia Tech in so quickly, right?
Yes.
And deservingly so. They took them out, and the team
Syracuse 2 wins are better than Northern Illinois,
and they're not in the top 25, bro. AP poll, you suck. I'm going to say it. You suck, bro.
Nebraska's.
Hey, what other polls do we got? Hey, we might got to start doing our own poll, bro. I don't know how we do it. I'm going to holler at one of our assistants, and we're going to figure out how to logistically do a poll with parameters that we care about, because Northern Illinois should not be in the top 25. I don't care. I said what I said.
Good story. Good upset. First like top 10 win or whatever it was in program history or something like that. Shout out to Thomas Sandmick. He's been there for a while. He's a player at Northern Illinois. Yeah. But listen, if we lay somewhere right now, we beating y'all.
Right, facts. And that girl Wolf team from back in the day will cook this thing.
Beating y'all basketball too.
Y'all doing them dirty in basketball, bro.
Yeah, like
that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Was Clemson in there?
Yeah, Clemson was at 22, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's
You,
it is what it is. I ain't
have,
really surprised
I have
overall,
two
though.
thoughts. They're going to confuse people. I was a little weird about my pick for the American, and I picked USF.
You picked USF? Okay.
Yeah, I picked you. You know who's looking really good though?
I picked Memphis.
Tulane is looking really good.
They are.
Watch out for them. But after the Alabama game, I love my USF pick. I love it. But
Alex
yeah,
Gold or
yeah.
or Prom.
What? What? Who's a better coach?
Yeah.
Golish.
Okay.
7
No,
days a
I'm
week.
asking you delusion. I'm just saying. Remember, I said earlier we go back to that 2022 coaching cycle.
Twice on Sundays. Yeah, at the end of the 2022 cycle, I think Alex Golish would have probably done more on the field for the program, not as much as off the field as Prime has done for the program. If that makes
I'm
sense.
sorry, I said I hate Coach Prime. I'm not trying to hate. I'm not trying to hate Coach Prime.
No, we don't. We don't. We can be honest because we've been rooting for him and we've been rooting for that team, bro. But at some point, you have to be held accountable for your actions, bro.
Actually, I saw some bars too. I don't know how true it was, but it was like after Shador throws the touchdown, they're not playing a fight song. They're playing Shador's rap song. So like they're telling the band to be quiet. I was like, oh, funny. I was like, I'm not streaming that stuff. Oh man, I was laughing.
That's a joke, bro. And I bet you it's true. Because weren't players getting in trouble for not going to his concert?
Really? Oh man, what? Sorry, I want to spend a fight out with my girl. I want to go to your rap concert, bro.
I'm not about to go to your concert, bro. Or you to be in that joint going like this the whole. I don't want to see that.
Man, that thing doing the John Wall.
Hey, that's hilarious, man. Go ahead and take us home.
Yeah, did you see Mikey Williams got a song? I was like, okay, bro.
Oh man, he went to court and almost did some time, and he a thug now, huh? I'm gonna make it love me, babe. Okay.
Yeah, I'm interested to see UCF and Mikey Williams this off season or this upcoming college basketball season.
Is that where he went?
Yes, him and Dior Johnson, which Dior Johnson was some other stuff off the court, some other stuff.
Moon knows. I haven't said it aloud. I won't say it aloud until I'm ready for next season. ACC Media Days, Moon. We got to make that happen. Me and Jalen were talking about that. So, yeah, we got to make that happen.
Yeah, I wish I was able to go.
You can't go. Oh, you can't, can you?
Yeah.
In October, you can't go?
I don't think so, nah.
You can't get... I can't say it on live, but if you need a doctor's note, I can get you one.
Yeah. UCF gonna be an interesting team, but like I'm definitely gonna be watching it to see. Okay, like Michael Williams said, how good is he? But yeah, that man got a song with No Cap. He's a rapper. He used to be signed with Young Boy. Now he's like independent, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he has a song with him, but I don't know. I find it funny that did you know Michael Irvin's son rap?
Yes, and I saw his dad do him. His dad did him dirty, bro. He did him dirty.
I checked out his song. This man rapping about being in the trenches. I'm like, your dad's a millionaire.
I don't know. Because like Michael Irvin didn't have a squeaky clean situation. Like Michael Irvin used to be in the trenches. Is it possible his son happened to be there too? Sometimes. They literally had the house. They literally had a house called the White House, bro. Like this is a real thing. But he ruined his son's career right there. Like,
I mean, I don't think obviously Casey. I'll check that his son. His son didn't really have much of a rap career before that. I'll be
oh,
honest.
he did. Oh, so, yeah, well, he
Nah.
didn't before. He damn sure don't now.
Well, actually, that probably got some more streams and some more plays on YouTube.
It probably
actually.
did, and probably got
I
people
went to go
laughing
check it
at
after that, so I know for sure other people did.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about it that happened. RP James Earl Jones, he passed away earlier.
Oh, did he?
I don't know. Yeah, he did.
Wow, that's one of my guys. I didn't know he passed away.
I got a question. Do you ever recognize some people don't like you watching a movie? Do you recognize like, man, this person really passed away, and I just be forgetting. Like I'll be watching like House Party, the Wayne Bros, so that John Witherspoon's in, and I just be forgetting that he's passed away.
Yeah, you forget, but they live forever. They live forever through entertaining us. Think about that. Like you're physically no longer here, but you're still entertaining us.
Like I'll be like, man, I'll be like, man, that new Friday, blah blah blah. And it's like, dang, John Witherspoon wouldn't even be able to be in it. Then it's like,
right. But they can give him a proper tribute, like House Party did and House Party 2. They can certainly do something like that. But yeah, I watched Heat of the Night. Like Heat of the Night is a show I watch every 4 years. I don't know why. Every 4 years I rewatch the series. Love the series, love the storylines. And one of the lead actors in that, Howard Rollins, actually died, like sadly, severe drug addiction, alcohol addiction, actually died of AIDS. I think it was like back in 96. But I do get those moments. Like I'm watching something with Bernie Mac, and I'm like, damn, we lost him in August of 2008. And so I definitely feel that. But that's the beautiful thing. If you're able to do art or work in, people, you can hear him forever. Like I listen to Michael Jackson all the time. I feel like he's still here, even though he's no longer here. So that's crazy.
Yeah, I just think it's crazy. Like I would just watch. I'm like, dang, did we really pass away? I just be young. People's like, yeah, Boondocks need to start up a new season. It's like, dang, they can't even do that because
they can't.
They don't have
they can't. They can't. That's crazy. That's crazy when you really think about it, man. And it's crazy that show has like a newer following because it came out like 2006.
Boondocks?
Yeah.
It came out like 05, yeah.
Yeah, like 05 or 06. I remember watching it. I'm like, yo, this is so refreshing. Seeing something like this. And I had no clue that what's my girl name was doing both of the voices.
Riley Regina King, right?
Regina King, yes. I love Regina King. She was doing both of it. Who was also in the first Friday. She wasn't in the second one, was she? Or the third one?
She wasn't in the second or third one.
So
yeah, they were actually gonna have somebody else do the. Did you ever see the pilot for Boondocks that got released? Yeah, it was the pilot, but it wasn't the pilot. Like it was supposed to be the first episode. They had Regina King doing Riley voice, and somebody else was going to do Huey voice, and I forget who it was. Another famous person. I think it was another famous. I think it might be like Kelly Clarkson or something like that.
Okay. It just didn't come off right.
Yeah, it just didn't. Yeah.
Shout out to Moon, bro, holding it down with the production. Truly appreciate it. I'll be actually doing the same role for him for his show tomorrow. Make sure you guys check out Just Jalen on YouTube. He's killing it, bro.
Yeah, YouTube out here home me with my impressions. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah,
YouTube out here messing me up.
They're with their impressions. But if you like the art of storytelling in sports, you will love what Jalen is doing. I know the type of work that he puts into this. Not just on the, Jalen is just one of those great people who could just spitball information without thinking, without looking it up, without preparation. But the work that he puts inside of the storytelling videos that he do, you guys just have to check them out. That's over on Just Jalen. We're here. I'll actually be back here in about 40 minutes to do a Reaction Monday. I'm going to eat more crow on that show, probably a little bit more because Nino's going to be on one for that episode, and we got in a heated argument last week, and we'll probably get another one today. That's just the nature of the beast. As I always like to say, there are no more victories in a sport that survive and advances while college football has the greatest regular season. And until next time, y'all already know what it is. One time for the one time. Y'all take care.